El IE, comprometido con el crecimiento profesional de nuestro alumnado en el ámbito global de negocios que se encuentra actualmente, nos preocupamos y ponemos el tema de inglés profesional. Es un tema donde tratamos de especializar a cada uno de nuestros alumnados y participantes a través del ámbito contable, fiscal y legal. Es por eso que traemos y presentamos una exposición donde se estará presentando esta especialidad para cada uno de ellos. Por lo cual, me acompaña el día de hoy el expositor David Charles King. David, un placer. Adelante, si nos puedes acompañar y nos puedes informar de la importancia que tiene actualmente el inglés en el mundo de negocios.
Of course. Now, you all already know this. There is a huge need for English in business, especially now going forward with all these different companies in Mexico, from the United States and across the world. The main language they use is English. So, as an executive, you'll have to be able to communicate with people who are from Korea, from China, from the United States, in English. And many of them may not speak Spanish. So the importance of having English is to make sure that you can communicate with whichever business, whichever person, whomever you need. That's the goal. That's the purpose. Now, aside from just English, you're going to need a knowledge of specialization in fiscal, accounting, as well as judicial knowledge. You won't be able to pass with just generalized English. You'll need to be specialized in what you work with. This is the importance of specialization in English. Now, with understanding the terminology, you're going to have to understand the international practices. You're going to also have to understand the common laws. So there are many things that you may see on a day-to-day basis, but you're going to have to explain it in English. So you're going to have to now explain what you go over every day, what you do, what work you use. And if it's not in specialized terms, they won't understand you. Or they may think you don't know what you're talking about, and that would be the worst case scenario. Now, in these times, there's competition between you, the person in Monterrey, or wherever, but between you and border states, places like Matamoros, for example. You will then have to deal with a person who has the vernacular and the understanding of the language in English and the frequency of use. So they use it day to day. They have constant contact because they're in proximity to the United States. These are the things that you're going to have to generally deal with and compete against. Hopefully, you'll be prepared. Now, what are these benefits? What are benefits that you could possibly receive from understanding and specialized English? Let's go with personal. As I mentioned before, globalization. There are companies from all over the world here stationed in Mexico. They may need you to travel to Korea, to Spain, to New York, the United States. If you're not prepared to move, they may look for somebody else. But these are the personal benefits. A chance to broaden your horizons and go further. What are the work benefits? Of course, more pay. Of course, rise in position. These are the more basic or the more obvious benefits. What else? Connections. You have the options now to do other things because you understand English and you can now communicate in your field with others in your field and broaden your horizon and expand your world. Now, these are the benefits. These are what you need. This is what you need, This is what you need for the language, and this is where you'll get it.
David, ¿qué síntesis en resumen sobre esta cápsula, esta relación? ¿Por qué es indispensable el conocimiento del idioma inglés en el ámbito empresarial y de negocios?
It's indispensable because it makes you indispensable. Now, if you know the language, they can't get rid of you because you speak English and Spanish, and they'll need you for emerging markets. For example, in the United States, it's about 17.37% of Latinos in the United States. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen? They need you to communicate with those markets. You become indispensable.
David, ¿por qué es importante para las empresas contar con personas que tengan el conocimiento del idioma inglés?
In reality, for the ability to communicate with those who may not speak the language. They need you because you have access to other people.
¿Existe una terminología específica para cada profesionista? Hablando del Instituto de Especialización Ejecutivos, que nos preocupamos y queremos capacitar a cada uno de las áreas de nuestros alumnados, ¿hay una terminología que pudiéramos aplicar para cada uno de ellos?
Of course. There's jargon for every field. There's jargon that they're going to need to know. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There's jargon for every field, and there's jargon that they're going to need to know to communicate properly. For a lawyer, for a let's say for a financial analyst, for example, they're going to need to know different things like consolidated financial statements, statements of cash flow, statements of errors, statements of policy. These things need to be known so they can effectively work internationally. Not just here in Mexico, but in the United States, in Canada, and wherever location. They need to know these different terminologies or jargon so they can effectively work wherever they're placed.
David, ha sido un placer. Bueno, nosotros finalizamos esta cápsula así. Para mayor información, podrán comunicarse al Instituto de Especialización para Ejecutivos. Asimismo, las fechas de evaluación, así como de inicio de cursos, estarán dentro del mismo calendario y agenda del mes. David, ha sido un placer. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.